Triple J Entertainment presents to you Jerovision 2.0. In today's review, we flash back to 1987, back to the original G1 story arc, where shortly after Transformers the Animated Movie, the G1 Predacons were introduced. This beautiful set that we have before us today is a commemorative reissue of the original Predacons from the Takara Tomy Transformers 2010 toy line. Also featured today are a few custom upgrades from a third-party manufacturer, and today we will determine whether these parts are in fact truly fit for a king. This set is a beautiful reissue of the original Predacons, donning a bold new gold color scheme versus the original yellow, and a slight variation to some of the original decals. This is truly a beautiful set. Predaking is truly the king among the original G1 combiners. He has a very massive and intimidating, powerful looking combiner mode. This figure itself consists of die-cast metal as well as plastic parts, which not only make this figure a very large figure, but pound for pound, it makes him truly worthy of the title King of the G1 Combiner Teams. Now we start here with our first upgrade, and we're going to start from the bottom and work our way up. You have featured here Headstrong and Tantrum. Now you notice to the side of Headstrong, his upgrade has a really big block on the bottom of it. Now that is to make him flush, obviously, with Tantrum's upgrade. But with these upgrades being in place and a slight manipulation to its transformation, you're going to get an incredible height adjustment on Predaking, adding to his already monstrous persona as being the biggest and baddest of the G1 combiners. And you see with the added upgrade and a slight manipulation to the transformation, we have achieved an equivalent height. We have featured here the original Predaking hands, which do allow for a slight wrist manipulation, but beyond that they are not articulated in any fashion, up to and including the knuckle dusters just being molded into place. However, when we move on to the next upgrade, which are the hands, you have articulated fingers, you have adjustable knuckle dusters, and you also have the optional hand spikes. Note, this piece also comes with a larger hilt for the custom sword that we'll also be reviewing in a momentarily. However, the drawback on this particular piece is the thin joint peg on the thumb that could be subject to breakage if mishandled. Originally, Predaking did not come with a large sword, so we had to settle for Razor Claw's sword. But Crazy Devi again accommodated us by giving us a much larger sword that also comes in a couple different color variations. We have here Dive Bomb's original wings that feature the gold decals. Now, we replace those wings in order to prevent damage to the original wings and or the integrity of the gold decals. Now, these replacement parts actually come as part of the accessories to this upgrade kit, and I do highly recommend that you take the opportunity to switch this part out to preserve your figure, as the upgrade actually does slide and fit over the top of the wingtips. Our next upgrade further enhances Predaking's long-range firepower. Featured here, we have the chest shield extensions as well as the extension for Predaking's long-range arm cannon. With Predaking's original head, we noticed that it fit more like a helmet as opposed to our latest upgrade that pegs into place, which allows head or neck articulation. Not to mention it also has adjustable antenna slash ear cannons and another special feature that we'll talk about a little later on in our video. But note that the upgrade head is a little bit larger than the original head. These custom upgrades not only truly enhance the beauty of this figure, but they also look G1 authentic. They look like they should have been part of the original set to begin with. They add depth, they add a massive hulking appearance to what we come to know and love as the G1 Predaking in all of his magnificent G1 glory. They could not have done a better job melding this with a Takara Tomy slash Hasbro product and a third-party manufacturer. I truly think this is a magnificent figure and coupled with a magnificent set of upgrades. From the jewel-encrusted hilt to the spikes on Predaking's hands, we take a moment to look at the beauty and brilliance of this gold electroplated sword. Now, as aforementioned, it comes in 3 color variants. It comes in G1 bronze, it comes in metallic gold, and of course, this brilliant, beautiful electroplated gold. With our arm cannon, option 1 features Predaking's original arm cannon form. Option 2 affords us a burst cannon mode via the first stage of the Crazy Devi upgrade. And finally, option 3 allows us the long-range rifle version, which is really what was intended. As we take a closer look at the chest shield, some collectors, once acquiring this part, have decided to remove the golden decal, which I personally think enhances the look. And though there is a slight gapping between the chest shield and the original lion's head, it's hardly noticeable when you have it displayed, as this piece adds incredible depth to an already magnificent figure. Taking a closer look at the wing upgrade, we notice how flush it actually does fit against the original housing. Note, earlier we talked about the original Predaking's head fitting much like a helmet over Razorclaw's head. Once we add in the custom extension, Razorclaw's head actually tips back and you plug in the upgrade. But again, just taking a closer look at this housing, you notice how flush the wings look, as they are absolutely beautiful and brilliant in all their golden glory, in addition to the long-range cannons adding to Predaking's menacing appearance. The head features light-up eyes, which is a brilliant idea for this particular sculpt. However, it does have a slight drawback. What tends to happen is when you flip on the LED lights, though they do look beautiful and brilliant, once you have the lights off, it kind of has a tendency to give Predaking, well, a glowing head effect, which kind of distracts and takes a little bit away from what was intended. A nice idea, but something that could have been a little bit better thought out and or produced. However, I still recommend this piece. As a serious collector, fan, and enthusiast, I highly recommend these upgrades if you have either the original Predaking and or one of the various reissues. It makes for a beautiful and brilliant display. This is Jay Jero. This has been Jerovision 2.0, brought to you by Triple J Entertainment. You ain't got to go home, but I'm getting the HE double hockey sticks out of here. Peace out, people.